Trying to buy and sell in Calgary at the same time? That's like trying to plan a wedding and a funeral on the same weekend.
To be my awful wedded wife. To be my lawful wedded wife. That's right. That's right.
Hey, I'm Jay Schultz, Calgary Realtor and strategist. I've helped dozens of clients move up, relocate, and downsize all in perfect sync, without the stress or the financial headache. In this video, I'm going to break down how to coordinate your buy and sell so that way you're not stuck in between homes, or even worse, stuck with two mortgages. Stay to the end. I've got a strategy that realtors never talk about. Let's check it out. So why is this such a big deal? Because Calgary real estate moves fast. Any missteps can cost you thousands of dollars. If you sell first, you might not have anywhere to go. If you buy first, it might put you in some financial hardship. If you buy first, you might carry two properties. Yikes.
Oh, what do? I don't know what to do. Because if I stay, I'm trapped. If I leave, I'm alone. Oh God, in, out, in, out. I never saw Venice.
Yikes. Today, we're going to talk about options. Let's unpack the pros and cons of both. Should you buy first? Should you sell first? Which one's best for you? Buying first. This one gives you the opportunity to find your dream home and worry about the rest later.
Do we dare?
We dare.
Definitely leads towards easier possession planning. You know the date you're going to move. When you sell your home, you can coordinate 2 weeks before, 1 week before, a weekend before. Certainly one of the easier options because you know where you're going. The next step though, of course, is selling your home. This strategy takes a certain type of buyer because you have to qualify for both homes. You have to have your primary residence, which hasn't sold yet, and then you need to qualify for the financing on the new home. Not for everyone, but it's a great option. Another con is you might need bridge financing. We'll get more into that later. I got my guy Jay to do a little explainer video for you. That's coming up shortly. The other option is to sell first. What does that look like? Well, it helps you to know exactly what you can afford. You've sold for X. Maybe you were expecting Y, but now you have X. X then is your money to move forward with the purchase, and it's easier to plan your budget. Another big benefit here, you don't have two mortgage payments. There's no overlapping payments. Cons, a couple cons here, there's less flexibility. You have sold. You must be out of that home by a certain date. So you got to find something fairly quickly, or you might be moving out and then moving again. With that ties into the other con is temporary housing. You might have to live with the in-laws.
You know, I love them. They're my family too. But I was wondering if perhaps we wouldn't have them over on Sunday.
Well, why not?
Well,
Good luck. In Calgary's current market, where things around $750,000 to $1 million are selling very quickly, selling first gives you budget clarity. But if you're targeting a rare property, buying first might be the thing you need to do to secure that new home. Avoiding the homeless window. This is the part that is very important to ease the stress. Don't worry, I got 3 options for you. Rare that it happens, but a leaseback agreement is possible. You sell your home to a buyer. They need it to capture a certain interest rate. They don't need it for 6 months, but you need it to close in 3 months. So you could lease the property back from the new buyer and stay in your home until that 6-month period while having it sold at month 3. Certainly tricky, certainly a piece that we need to bring the lawyer into to draft that agreement. Bridge financing. I'll pass it over to Jay.
Here in Alberta, most lenders only offer bridge financing if you already have a firm, unconditional sale on your current home. It's not a backup plan, it's a timing tool to help you buy your next home before your current one closes. Bridge loans are usually interest only, short term, and they fill that financial gap for your down payment, closing costs, and even moving expenses. The cost? It's not cheap. You'll often see prime plus 2% to 5%. Plus admin fees in the $250 to $500 range. So yeah, not cheap. But if it helps you secure the right home and avoid scrambling later, it can be absolutely worth it. Back to Jay.
Another key element here to prevent from being homeless is flexible possession dates. Smart negotiation aligns on both closing. When you're buying, ask for a longer possession date so you can sell your home. Certainly makes things easy if you have a longer possession. Depends on the property that you're buying. The seller might want to be rid of it in 3 weeks. You might pay a little bit more if you need a 6-month possession, but you've got the home. And then when selling in this situation, I advise my sellers to offer a longer possession date with the hopes that a buyer is okay with it. Maybe you offer 5 months, trim it back to 4 months. These are things that you can do to negotiate to avoid being homeless. Hopefully there's flexibility on either end when you're buying or when you're selling, and the stars can align and you can get in a time that works for everyone involved. All right, bonus tip time. This is one that doesn't get talked about a lot because it takes a certain market for it to work. Here's the move no one talks about: writing a conditional to sell offer. If you find a dream home, but your home hasn't sold yet, and your financing is such that you must sell before you can buy, there's the option to write an offer that's conditional to you selling your home. This protects you from owning 2 homes. This strategy heavily depends on market conditions. If it's hot, sellers won't wait. If it's cold, you might be able to swing it. Or if that home's been sitting on the market for a long time with high DOM, days on market, you might get a shot. The most important thing I tell my buyers when we're doing this strategy, it's not a real deal. They can easily accept another offer and you will get bumped. Generally, to get bumped, you'll get 24, 48 hours. You'll have to remove every condition that you have. If it's not possible, it's not possible. That's what it feels like when your conditional offer gets bumped. This strategy often leads to heartbreak. It's tough to do. I tell my buyers all the time, you will likely pay more if you have this condition as part of your offer. The reason being, it's not a real deal. That seller is going to negotiate harder because they're reluctantly going to accept your deal because you're not a real deal yet. How do I know this? I tell my sellers, let's push them harder. It's not a real deal. We want a better offer to come in, but we have this one as a bird in hand. Hopefully it comes true, which will put us in a better situation, but let's negotiate hard and hopefully these guys can close. If not, we'll take another one that's fairly close. Work with a realtor who knows how to play this game smart. If you're moving into Calgary from another city, province, or even country, this is even trickier. You're coordinating 2 markets, 2 closing dates, 2 lawyers, 2 sets of paperwork. This is complicated. Let's smooth out the plan. Let's have a strategy. I had a buyer relocating from Ontario. We had an April 1st possession. They drove across the country. Their home closed here a few days later. It was perfect. It was in sync. The lenders were on board, the lawyers, everything went smoothly. You gotta have a plan and you gotta cross your fingers that everything works out. Hopefully, sign the papers, hop on a flight, make it to Calgary, into your new home. If you're thinking about making a move, don't try and time the market on your own. I've got plans, I've got strategies. Book a call with me, we'll sort it out together. I'll walk you through the custom options that are available. It depends on your home, it depends on your plans, it depends on your budget, what you have to sell, what you want to buy. Link is in the description. I'm happy to help, happy to chat. There you go. Today we've covered whether to buy first, sell first, how to not be homeless in between homes, leasebacks, bridge financing, and how to win or lose a conditional offer. If you're navigating a move like this from near or far, click the link below. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell as well. Let's book a strategy session and talk this out. Still can't decide what to do? Check out my other video. It will help you decide if renting or buying in Calgary in 2025 is the right play. Trust me, it's the next step you don't want to skip. Catch you guys on the next one.